as parents, my generation needs to avoid being too corrective, being too stern in correction.
Mm.
It's something that we inherited without knowing it because it's the way we're
Yeah.
brought up. And sometimes we pass it on. This is not to foster undue pampering, but sometimes I've seen some of our mates could be a bit stiff when it comes to correction. So we have to also balance it.
Yeah.
You have to balance it. Have an open ear. Be not be afraid to confront and correct, but do it in a way that doesn't break the egg, but removes the egg.
Mm, mm,
So
mm.
self-acceptance, help them build self-esteem. Things like improve your self-talk, what you say to yourself. Now, this is powerful. I seek permission to dwell on this. I seek permission to dwell on this.
Sure.
Amongst all the tips for developing self-esteem leading to great confidence, personal self-talk. Oftentimes, when I'm about to coach people, those days when I had more time and I used to do personal
Sorry.
engagement.
I say to my daughters, I am. I am. See, this is what we all every hour we we utter the word. I am this. I am that. I am this. I am that. You are telling yourself who you are.
Yeah,
And what you say about yourself cannot not happen.
absolutely. 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 So self-talk is powerful. Sometimes when I see people that are struggling from deep within, um, and we've tried some approaches and it's not working, I ask them, I tell them to go and examine when you're in a crisis, think back, reflect. In your mind, what do you say to yourself? When you hear things like, oh, I'm a mess, I'm good, oh, I'm an idiot, oh, I'm this, that, oh, why did you do that? You rubbished yourself. I tell them to list them down. Your subconscious is powerful.
Yeah.
Subconscious mind. We can't
Yeah.
dimension that now, but it's powerful. Now, when you feed your subconscious mind over the years negative self talk, and it has no filter, it only works on you are incompetent. You don't deserve that opportunity. You're a mess. It starts. So sometimes you want to do something, but something within you opposes you, and you're
Yeah.
wondering where
Because
it is coming
you have told yourself you can't do
from.
it.
So self-talk.
Yeah.
So when we practice, I help them to change their self-talk. That start saying, feeding your subconscious mind positive things. I am capable. I can try.
Yeah.
I am this. This can work. Positive self-talk. You know that the greatest athletes in the world, people like Usain Bolt, Anthony Joshua, and the rest, they have
Yeah.
two kinds of coaches. They have a performance coach that trains an athlete how to run or box. They have a psychologist
Yeah.
that works on their minds. When Anthony Joshua lost to Ruiz, the Mexican with the big tummy the first time,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
somebody and others agree said going into that fight was at his the peak of fitness. He
Yeah.
was very fit, more than he had been for many
Physically,
years.
yes.
But that his mentality was not right, that they noticed it, that his mentality was a bit destabilized. And it showed in the fight because at the peak of physical performance, what enables one to go beyond the order now is your mental fitness, not no longer your physical fitness.
Yeah.
The ability to push the body through extremes, it wasn't ordinary. Instead, it was a mental mindset. And so one of the tips that the psychologists give them, one of the powerful tips is this self-talk. Because there are times you can't go back to your coach when you're in the boxing ring. You
Yeah.
can't talk to your coach. There are times when Usain Bolt is on the track, they're about to run, and somebody like there's this guy now, this American guy, he plays mental gimmicks to throw fear into the heart. And when they do that, you see him taking a deep breath. It will look like this. He will say things. When somebody once questioned him, what does he say? I've forgotten now. He said something, one of the words he uses to encourage himself. And once he does that, it gets back his rhythm.
Yeah.
And then it goes for it. Train our people, teach them, practice positive self-talk, it could transform a whole lot of things. Final thing I think I should drop is focus on what you can influence. Focus on what you can influence. A lot of frustration comes when people pour a lot of energy and emotions into things that are beyond their control.
Yeah.
You are trying to work on things that are beyond your control, and then you get frustrated. Focus on things you can manage and control. The things that are outside of your ability to control, look for ways to cope with them. But don't focus entirely on things outside of your control. It's like you have limited yourself from the word go. It leads to frustration. Practicing these tips can really help to develop
Wow.
emotional resilience in our youth in Africa.
Woo! Man, Kunle, you have hit this ball way, 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 way out of the park. Okay. Wow. You have done,
Thank you very much.
yeah. See, my daughters must listen to this conversation because sometimes they think daddy is just talking. Okay. So they must hear from you.